Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Craig Irish. I'm with the Sacramento County Office of Education. I'd like to welcome you all to the 2022 Super Quiz for Academic Decathlon. At this time, we're going to have our teams march in, so let's start the procession. Please welcome our first team, Bella Vista. Next up, let's welcome Capital Christian. Please join me in welcoming Christian Brothers. Please welcome El Camino High School. Let's give a warm welcome for Elk Grove High School. And following Elk Grove is our host, Folsom High School. Let's welcome Inderkum High School. Please welcome McClatchy High School. And they're followed by Miraloma High School. Please welcome Monterey Trail High School. Let's welcome Pleasant Grove High School. And following Pleasant Grove is Rockland High School. Let's give a big hand for Sheldon High School. Following Sheldon is St. Francis High School. Let's welcome Western Sierra. And last, let's welcome our champions from last year, Vista del Lago High School. All right, thank you, everyone. At this time, I'd like to welcome from our champion team, Vista Del Lago, Savannah, to come lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, sure, yes. Alrighty. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
You may be seated. Thank you, Savannah. Well, I just want to welcome everyone to the 2022 Sacramento County Academic Decathlon. We're happy to have our Sacramento teams here. We're happy to have our Placer teams here joining us. And we're happy to be in person. So it's great to be here for all of you. And thank you for putting up with the masks and different protocols. And I know you guys had to do a lot of things today work. And so I just want to thank you all for doing that. So thank you, teams. I also want to thank our hosts. Folsom High School has gone out of their way to welcome us on their campus, and they've done it for quite a few years now, and I just want to thank the coaches, the school administration, and just all the custodial staff as well. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you, Folsom. And at this time, I'd like to welcome our superintendent, David Gordon, to come say a few words.
Thank you very much, Craig, and welcome to everyone. This is our 43rd annual Sacramento County Academic Decathlon, and it's a pleasure to be with you all in person. And I want to say a special thank you to our team from SCOE, all of our volunteers, all of your coaches, and most of all to those of you watching on Zoom, to all of your family members. Have been a support to you in preparing for this competition. So let's give all of them a big round of applause. We know this has been a very challenging time for all of you. Everyone in the community, especially our school people, you young people, and COVID making everything difficult and standing up to adjust to that. But despite all of the challenges, I want to give a big shout out to all of our young people. You have persevered, your coaches have stood alongside you, your families have stood alongside you. So congratulations on a job well done. Give yourselves a nice round of applause. I wore this red tie today on purpose, and this tie, believe it or not, has on it every word which is in our Constitution. Every word, both sides of the tie. Constitution is not a long document to read. It's a really quick read. But it's something that has stood strong for our country for so many years, and you young people are the ones who will carry us into the future, and that's an awesome responsibility. But I think from seeing our young people and interacting with a lot of you over these last difficult 2 years, I think you will be very much up to the task. So students and coaches, your accomplishments are inspiring to us. The work you put in is really paying off. And for our families and friends on Zoom, we know you're not here physically. We know how much you are here in spirit and cheering for your young people, and thank you for supporting them again. Finally, this program's excitement would not be what it is without our Safe Credit Union as, again, our sponsor. We're very fortunate to have Safe as a sponsor, and their folks will be here for the awards presentation, and they have again provided $10,000 in scholarships for our decathletes. So thank you again, Safe Credit Union. And now, let's give them a round of applause. And as I said, their CEO and a member of his staff will be here. Dave Roten will be here a little later on. Now it's my pleasure to introduce someone who will serve as both our quizmaster today and our MC. Tim Herrera has served as our communications director at SCOE since 2005. He's a former reporter for KCRA TV, as well as an author and adjunct college instructor. He's the father of 4 children. His youngest is currently a first grade teacher in Elk Grove Unified. And Tim is married to a kindergarten teacher who also works in Elk Grove Unified. And thank you, Tim, for taking on both these roles. And before I turn everything over to you, let me again express my deep appreciation to each of you decathletes, your families, friends, and supporters, our participating districts, our hosts here at Folsom High School, and to our outstanding SCOE staff and volunteers. You make it all possible to recognize the outstanding achievements and contributions of the amazing young people you will see before you here in person or on your screen today. So please join me in welcoming our MC and Quizmaster, Tim Herrera.
Thank you, Dave, and let me get situated for just a second. Well, good afternoon and welcome. It's my pleasure to serve as your quizmaster today and to ask you some tough questions about our subject, which is water, an essential resource. Before we get started, I just want to say it's so nice to see you all. Give yourselves a round of applause for working so hard to get here today. When my kids were in high school, they were involved in all sorts of competitions. And believe me, I know the amount of work that you put in. And believe me, parents and coaches, I know the amount of work that you put in as well. So thank you all for the support of your kids. The Academic Decathlon is a tremendous scholastic program that gives students the opportunity to challenge themselves and gives them the opportunity to shine. So you should all be proud of yourselves for being here today and representing your schools. So we're about ready to begin the Super Quiz. It looks like all of our varsity teams are in place. Is that right? Okay, good. Well, of course, we can't get started without instructions and rules, so bear with me for a few minutes. Each question will appear on the big screen, and I will read it aloud. Once it appears, you can open your test booklet and may quietly collaborate with the other team members on your team. You may mark your answer sheet at any time. After I finish reading the entire question, you will have 10 additional seconds, 20 for math, to finish marking your Scantron answer sheet. Please be sure to mark your answers in lines 1 through 14. A timer will display on the screen, and I will announce, stop, pencils up. We will display the correct answer on the large screen. Okay, team members and coaches, this is for you. You are invited to play along and keep track of your own answers. Only members of the team on the floor may collaborate. All other members in the audience must remain silent. Please take a moment to put your cell phones on silent as well. You might notice all the fancy TV equipment and the lights here in the room. The Sacramento Educational Cable Consortium, good partners of ours, are here recording and also streaming the Super Quiz. Details on the broadcast will be posted on the SCOE website this coming week. Proctors, this is information for you. Please monitor the students while they are marking their answer sheets. Please do not look at the screen. After I read the answer, please mark the Scantron answer using a blue pencil with a plus if correct and a minus if incorrect. After marking the answers, raise the scorecard beside you to indicate how many students answered the question correctly. At any time students have problems, please raise the red card and we will send someone over to assist you. Finally, students, please do not make any gestures which could be interpreted as trying to communicate with other students or audience members. You can write in your test booklet. After the round is complete, please remain where you are until you are dismissed to return to the bleachers. The super quiz is complete when all three groups have answered 14 questions for a total of 42 questions. Okay, so now it's time to begin. Are you ready? Are we ready for round one of varsity? All right. Okay, decathletes, here we go. Question one, science. Sea lettuce and dead man's fingers are examples of two types of what type of algae? Unicellular algae, B, multicellular algae, C, brown algae, D, marine green algae, or E, multicellular algae and marine green algae. Okay, pencils up, please. The answer is E, multicellular algae and green marine algae. Okay. Yes, please cheer. Okay. Now we're going to go on to question number 2, art. In the 18th century, what outpost of the Spanish Empire was a key stop between New England, Africa, and the Caribbean for goods and the trading of enslaved people? A, Bermuda, B, New Orleans, C, Cuba, D, Senegal, E, Galapagos. All right, pencils up. The answer is C, Cuba. All right, very good. Moving on to question 3, music. Smetana's Vallatra describes the course of the river from its source to where it merges with the river A, Danube, B, Rhine, C, Seine, D, Moldau, or E, Elbe. Pencils up, please. The answer is E, Elbe. Okay, are we ready for question 4? Social science. Which remedy was the first to provide good protection against malaria in the rainforests of sub-Saharan Africa? A, penicillin, B, quinine, C, fish oil, D, ginseng, or E, chloroquine? Pencils up, please. The answer is quinine. B. All right, thank you very much. Now, on to question 5, economics. The question is, why do economists sometimes use models that appear to be too simplistic? A, these models capture the essential features of reality. B, complicated models are too hard to solve. C, these models are well known. D, these models are easy to explain. Or E, these models can be applied to only the specific situations. All right, pencils up, please. The answer is A, these models capture the essential features of reality. Okay. All right, very good. Now, on to question 6, literature. Which of the following texts uses water to symbolize the passage of the time as the narrator reflects on the passage of his and his brothers' lives? A, 12 Angry Men. B, A River Runs Through It. C, New York 2140. D, The Folly of the World. E, The Open Boat. Pencils up, please. The answer is B, A River Runs Through It. All right, excellent. Question number 7 is in music. The quality of a pitch, interval, or chord that makes it seem unstable or tense is A, consonance, B, dissonance, C, chromatism, D, diatonicism, E, overtures. Pencils up, please. And the answer is B, dissonance. All right, very good. Now we're ready for question number 8, art. The Minoans were A, an ancient culture on the Iberian Peninsula, B, a cultural group from Melanesia, C, people of Italy who predated the Romans, D, a Mesopotamian group, or E, an ancient Aegean island culture. Pencils up, please. The answer is E, an ancient Aegean island culture. Okay, on to question 9, economics. Which of the following could cause the short-run aggregate supply curve to shift to the left? Is it A, a positive supply shock, B, a good weather year for crops, C, a decrease in the expected future price level, D, an increase in the labor force, or E, a series of natural disasters. Pencils up, please. The answer is E, a series of natural disasters. All right, everybody, let's move on to question number 10 in literature. In The Sea Wolf, how does Death Larson react to Captain Larson's attacks on the Macedonia's hunting boats? A, he fires a cannon at the Ghost. B, he sends men aboard the Ghost to attack and kill its crew. C, he does nothing as it has plenty of boats to spare. D, he sneaks aboard the Ghost and tries to kill Captain Larson. Or E, he kidnaps Mal Brewster. Pencils up, please. The answer is A, he fires a cannon at the Ghost. This is a small crowd, but it's a loud one, so keep it up. Okay, next question, 11, is science. Which two cells meet at the intertropical convergence zone? A, 2 mid-latitude cells. B, 2 Hadley cells. C, 1 mid-latitude cell and 1 Hadley cell. D, 2 polar cells. E, 1 polar cell and 1 Hadley cell. Okay, pencils up, please. And the answer is B, 2 Hadley cells. Okay, it looks like that was a hard one. Okay. Question 12 is in social science. By 1915, the area of India that was Great Britain's greatest source of tax revenue in South Asia was A, Uttar Pradesh, B, Haryana, C, the Punjab, D, Kashmir, E, Rajasthan. Pencils up, please. The answer is C, the Punjab. All right, very good. Let's move on to question 13, mathematics. The median of a normal distribution is 7.1 with a standard deviation of 1.45. What percent of the data is below 8.55? Is it A, 16%, B, 45%, C, 64%, D, 84%, or E, 95%? All right, pencils up, please. And the answer is D, 84%. All right. All right. Question 14, also mathematics. If Q1 equals 14 and Q3 equals 26, beyond what values are any outliers? Is it A, 0 and 40, B, 1 and 43, 2, C, negative 2, 42, D, 2 and 38, or E, negative 4, 44? All right, pencils up, please. And the answer is E, negative 4, 44. Okay, that is the end of round one. Let's hear it for this group. Thank you so much. If everything is in place, this team can go back to their seating. So as varsity students are returning to the bleachers, scholastic students can find their location on the floor. Okay, we are about ready to move on to the scholastic round. Proctors, if you have not already done so, please pass out the green scholastic test booklets and the answer sheets. Okay, Scholastic team members, we are about to begin round two, and the same rules apply. So is everyone ready? All right, looks like it. Yes? No? Okay, let's move on to round two. First question is economics. The factor of production that bears the risk and earns rewards for undertaking new business ventures is A, labor, B, the owners of capital, C, the owners of natural resources, D, the developers of technology, or E, entrepreneurs. Pencils up, please. The answer is... Oh, timeout. We have a timeout. We want to point out to you that at the start of each round, you bubble the 1 and then move to 14. Okay? So the answer to question 1 in round 2 is E, entrepreneurs. Okay, question 2 is social science. What was not a consequence of damming the Nile River? A, the salinity of the Nile Delta increased. B, Egyptian fisheries near the Nile Delta were decimated. C, the waters of the Nile near its delta receded by 70 to 90 meters a year. D, Egypt's ancient monuments weathered more quickly. Or E, irrigation ditches became breeding grounds for parasite-borne diseases. Okay, pencils up, please. And the answer is C. The waters of the Nile near its delta receded by 70 to 90 meters per year. Okay, we're ready for question 3. The category is art. Albrecht Dürer's Fall of Man, Adam and Eve, is an engraving produced with what process? A, intaglio. B, lithography. C, relief printing. D, screen printing. Or E, monoprint. Pencils up, please. The answer is A, intaglio. All right, very good. Question 4, music. Which of the following pieces does not include an ostinato? A, Old Man River. B, The Snow is Dancing. C, Jeux d'eux. D, Les Jeux d'eux à la vie d'Est. Or E, Das Bach Wiegenlied. Pencils up, please. The answer is D. I will not attempt to read that again. All right, excellent. Moving on to question 5, literature. In The Sea Wolf, Van Weyden notes that while the crew did not react to their own physical suffering, they would A, act compassionately toward the injuries of crewmates. B, properly mourn the death of a crewmate. C, overreact to small things and engage in squabbles. D, be openly affected by the pain of another. Or E, go above and beyond to ensure the safety of everyone. All right, pencils up, everyone. The answer is C, overreact to small things and engage in squabbles. All right, very good. Moving on to question 6, which is science. Which of the following is where the continental shelf ends abruptly and the steepness of the slope greatly increases? A, continental margin. B, continental rise. C, continental shelf. D, shelf break. E, seamount. Pencils up, everyone. The answer is D, shelf break. All right, very good. Moving on to question 7, social science. Which U.S. state's hydroelectric dam project served as a powerful worldwide inspiration after 1882? A, the Appleton Dam, Wisconsin. B, the Hoover Dam, Nevada. C, the Robert Moses Niagara Power Plant, New York. D, the Grand Coulee Dam, Washington. Or E, the John Day Dam, Oregon. Okay, pencils up, everyone. The answer is A, the Appleton Dam, Wisconsin. All right, great. Let's move on to question 8, which is art. The lava fields, hot pools, glaciers, and caves of Iceland inspired an interest in the environment for which artist? A, Georgia O'Keeffe. B, Olafur Eliasson. C, Robert Smithson. D, Christo. Or E, Dieter Roth. Pencils up, please. And the answer is B, Olafur Eliasson. Okay, excellent. Moving on to question number 9, science. Which of the following aspects of modern-day marine science has remained a constant over the centuries of scientific marine exploration? A, the use of onboard laboratories. B, the employment of the scientific method to study marine life. C, oceanic voyagers strictly for scientific study. D, the use of ROVs. Or E, the collection of only living organisms. All right, pencils up, please. The answer is B, the employment of the scientific method to study life. All right, way to cheer on your teammates. Excellent. Our next question, question 10, is economics. All of the following will decrease the demand for cellular phones except A, a decrease in the price of landline phones, a substitute for cellular phones. B, an increase in the price of cellular phone service fees, a complement for cellular phones. C, an increase in the price of cellular phones. D, a decrease in consumer incomes. Or E, a news report that cellular phone use causes cancer. Pencils up, everyone, pencils up. The answer is C, an increase in the price of cellular phones. Okay, moving on to question 11, literature. The tone of After the Titanic is best described as A, haunted, B, admonishing, C, effusive, D, wistful, or E, threatening. Pencils up, please. The answer is A, haunted. Excellent, excellent. Okay, moving on to question 12, music. The bitonal arpeggios in Jadot are particularly striking because they are A, an augmented fourth apart, B, a minor second apart, C, a major second apart, D, a diminished fourth apart, or E, a perfect fifth apart. Pencils up, everyone. The answer is A, an augmented fourth apart. Okay, round two is winding down. Only two more questions. Question 13 is mathematics. How many different teams of a pitcher, infielder, and outfielder can be created from a softball team of 13 players? A, 27. B, 1,716. C, 286. D, 39. E, 2,197. All right, pencils up, everyone. The answer is B, 1,716. Okay, here we go. Question 14, the final question in this round, also mathematics. There are 10 charcoal sketches in an art competition and 12 entries in the watercolors category. In how many ways can first, second, and third places be awarded in each category? A, 26,400. B, 2,040. C, 950,400. D, 354,260, or E, 720,080. Okay, pencils up, everyone. And the answer is C, 950,400. All right, thank you very much. That is the end of round two. Let's hear it for these decathletes. While our next team of decathletes are coming on the floor, proctors, please collect your answer sheets. Total number of correct answers for each answer. Hold the answer sheets up so the runners can collect them. Collect the round two booklets and return them to the proctor folder. So while our honor students are getting in place and the proctors are getting all of the materials together, what do you think so far? You think these kids are doing a great job? Yeah, definitely. We have a red card way in the back. Okay, is everybody in place? Are we ready to begin the final round? Same rules apply. Here we go. First question, art. Colophons would be useful in A, the creation of multicolored prints, B, the creation of ink wash animation, C, engineering a hemispheric dome, D, diagramming linear perspective, E, establishing influences and histories of artworks. All right, pencils up, please. The answer is E, establishing influences and histories of artworks. All right, excellent. Here we go. Question 2, social science. What best describes the pedological loss caused by major reservoir creating dams? A, the massive resettlement of people. B, the major loss of archaeological sites. C, the loss of extensive silt distribution downstream. D, the massive extinction of affected species. Or E, the flooding of highway infrastructure. Okay, pencils up, please, and the answer is C, the loss of extensive silt distribution downstream. I see a lot of high-fiving going on right now. Very good, very good. All right, question 3 is music. Ralph Vaughan Williams composed his first symphony, A, at the request of King Edward VII, B, to pass his college graduation exam, C, to commemorate his transatlantic sea voyage, D, as a commission for the Leeds Festival, or E, as an orchestration exercise for Ravel. Okay, pencils up, everybody. The answer is D, as a commission for the Leeds Festival. We have a red card. Okay, moving on to question 4, literature. In The Sea Wolf, what caused Captain Larson to lose the crew of the Ghost? A, Mugridge sabotaged the sail of the Ghost, so the crew boarded the Macedonia, overtook Death Larson, and commandeered his ship. B. They took to the hunting boats and sailed to Japan. C. All of the crew boarded the hunting boats and hailed the nearest schooner, which accepted them. D. Death Larson boarded the boat at night and offered the crew larger pay, so they abandoned the Ghost. Or E. Van Weyden convinced the crew to stop attacking the Macedonia's hunting boats and instead desert to the Macedonia. Okay, pencils up, please. The answer is D. Death Larson boarded the boat at night and offered the crew larger pay, so they abandoned the Ghost. All right, here we go. Question 5 is economics. What factor eliminates the need for direct bartering of goods and services? A. More than two producers of a good. B. An acceptable form of money. C. Changing prices for goods. D. Low opportunity costs. Or E. Supply and demand. All right, pencils up, everyone. The answer is B, an acceptable form of money. We see a lot of threes on that one. A lot of threes. All right, way to go. Here comes question 6. It's science. Which of the following is not a form of marine conservation? A. Practicing sustainable fishing practices. B. Limiting the harvesting of resources from the marine environment. C. Organizing beach cleanups to remove plastic debris. D. Establishing marine reserves. Or E. Both A and B. All right, pencils up, everyone. The answer is C, organizing beach cleanups to remove plastic debris. Okay, here we go. Question 7, economics. Which of the following may be a solution to water transfers that are opposed by third parties? A, a tax on the amount of water diverted. B, a subsidy to the transfer recipient. C, negotiations amongst affected parties. D, sharing the cost of the transfer amongst all the parties. Or E, creating a government monopoly to control the water. Pencils up, please. The answer is C, negotiations amongst affected parties. All right, excellent. Moving on to question 8, which is music. What do these three pieces have in common? Wade in the River, Old Man River, and At the River. A, all three use verse-chorus form. B, all three are based on spirituals. C, all three employ call and response. D, all three use 32-bar form. Or E, all three are strophic. All right, pencils up, please. The answer is A. All three use verse-chorus form. All right, everyone, moving on to question number 9, art. Jacob Lawrence's depiction of Washington crossing the Delaware focuses on A, Washington as a heroic leader, B, soldiers assembling on land at McConkey's Ferry, C, the suffering of American soldiers during the crossing, D, an idealized view of American fortitude, or E, a river panorama and not the individuals. Pencils up, everyone. The answer is C, the suffering of American soldiers during the crossing. Okay, here we go. Question 10. Question 10 is literature. In The Sea Wolf, after several days of threatening him by endlessly sharpening a knife, what does Van Weyden do to get Mugridge to stop? A, he punches him in the stomach. B, he tells Captain Larson how Mugridge is acting. C, he gets a knife and begins sharpening it in front of Mugridge. D, he bribes him, promising him a monetary reward when he safely returns to land. Or E, he attempts to strangle Mugridge, refusing to let go until Mugridge promises to stop. Pencils up, please. The answer is C, he gets a knife and begins sharpening it in front of Mugridge. Lots of threes there. You can tell everyone read the book. All right, question 11 is in science. What role do scientists believe cyanobacteria played in changing prehistoric Earth? A, creating reef-like formations that promoted marine diversity. B, oxygenating the atmosphere through photosynthesis. C, creating the pigment phycocyanin, which gives the modern ocean its blue color. D, creating toxic algal blooms that added various dissolved ions to the ocean. Or E, adding nitrogen to the atmosphere through photosynthesis. All right, pencils up, please, and the answer is B, oxygenating the atmosphere through photosynthesis. All right, everyone, question 12 is social science. Which of the following best describes how Romans, before 312 BCE, supplied Rome with water? A, wells, springs, cisterns to catch rainwater and water from the Tiber River. B, wells, conduits, cisterns to catch rainwater and springs. C, conduits, springs, cisterns to catch rainwater and water from the Tiber River. D, cisterns to catch rainwater, conduits, water from the Tiber River, and springs. Or E, all of the above. Okay, pencils up, everyone. Pencils up, please. The answer is A, wells, springs, cisterns that catch rainwater, and water from the Tiber River. All right, very good. Question 13, mathematics. Mary wants to buy a house. She believes she can afford a $1,050 monthly mortgage payment. Annual interest rates are about 5.3% compounded monthly, and she wants to take out a 30-year loan. How much can she? Is it A, $180,225, B, $186,490, C, $189,085, D, $191,565, or E, $193,970. Okay, pencils up, everyone. Pencils up, please. The answer is C, $189,085. Okay, everyone, here is question 14, also mathematics. A bag of money contains 4 quarters, 5 nickels, and 3 dimes. In 3 draws, what is the probability of getting 40 cents without replacing the coins once they are drawn? A, 1.67%, B, 53.18%, C, 33%, D, 78.33%, or E, 27.27%. All right, pencils up, everyone. Pencils up, please. And the answer is E, 27.27%. Okay. Okay, everyone, we have no more questions. Team members on the floor, go ahead and back with your teams. Proctors, please collect all the materials, the answer sheets and the booklets. Give those to the runners. As we close, I just want to say thank you all for being here.